Isadora Duncan, the American mother of modern dance. Let's talk about the life of Isadora Duncan. Isadora was born on the 27th of May, 1878 in San Francisco, California, to parents Dora Angela Duncan and Joseph Charles. Joseph was a poet. He supported his family by running a lottery, publishing 3 newspapers, owning a private art gallery, directing an auction business, and owning a bank. Unfortunately, he later abandoned his family and remarried. Dora was a pianist and a music teacher. One of her favorite quotes to tell Isadora when she was young was, "Listen to music with your soul." Isadora was fascinated by dance. At age 6, she started her own movement class in her neighborhood, and at age 10, she began a dance class for a very large number of children. Isadora later studied Greek mythology and visual iconography to influence her dance style. Now for her legacy. In 1895, Isadora's family moved east to New York to begin as a fairy with August Daly's company in Midsummer's Night's Dream. She founded the new system of interpretive dance, and she began the clothesline Simple Greek Apparel. She danced in homes of the financially elite before becoming a big success in Budapest, Hungary in 1902. Her success in Europe was evident as her dance students were dubbed Isadorables by the media. In fact, a dance theater piece was wrote in honor of her, Isadora, No Apologies. Isadora, No Apologies features incidents in Duncan's life and samples of her choreography. In the New York Times Dance Theater Review, The Life and Art of the Women Who Put Modern in Modern Dance, published in 2003, Jack Anderson wrote that Duncan cast off many social and artistic shackles during the dance revolutionary, of course speaking of the play, Isadora, No Apologies. Some of the writings of Isadora Duncan include The Dance in 1909, My Life in 1927, periodical articles on dancing, and The Art of the Dance, a memorial published in 1928. One of her famous quotes was, quote, "My art is just an effort to express the truth of my being in gesture and movement. It has taken me long years to find even one absolutely true movement." Now let's talk about the sad ruin of Isadora Duncan. On the Biography Channel website of Isadora Duncan, it writes that Isadora opened a dancing school in Moscow where the Russian government promised to provide her with board and a schoolroom. However, they did not keep her promise, and Isadora's financial ruin led her back to America, and she toured Europe only once more. Isadora never married, but she did have children with stage designer Gordon Gregg and a millionaire in Paris, Eugene Singer. She later married a Russian poet named Eugene Sergei, and got divorced in 1922. Isadora had 2 children and a nanny, but sadly they drowned in 1933 in the Seine River. Isadora Duncan was a choreographic liberator who rejected traditional dance forms to become the founder of what is now known as modern dance. She lived a hard and at times successful life, created an ingenious and immortal modern dance, and died after tragic events. In the Isadora Duncan biography from the Lakewood Public Library of Women in History, it documents Duncan saying, "People do not live nowadays. They get about 10% out of life. I challenge you to not get the 10% out of life. Live according to Isadora's legacy of life and dance.